Investors have their eye on Nissan as the leadership is shifting. Effective on April 1st, Nissan CEO Carlos Ghosn will step back on the day-to-day running of the company to focus on Mitsubishi. He will remain chairman. Joining us right now is the CEO of Nissan, Carlos Ghosn. Carlos, it's great to see you.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. Has this been in the works? Have you been thinking about?
Yeah, it has been planned. It has been planned. The first move was in October when I have designated Sakawa-san as co-chief executive, and now on the 1st of April, he will take the full job, and I remain as chairman of the board.
And you're remaining at Renault?
Well, I'm obviously continuing as chairman and CEO of Renault. I moved into the position of chairmanship of the board of Mitsubishi, particularly to support the team in charge of the revival of the company.
How would you characterize business right now, Carlos? I want to get into the trade situation that we talk about so much as a result of the Trump policies coming out. But first, how would you characterize business right now?
Well, I would characterize business as being good. That means overall that China is still growing, India is growing, Europe has a surprising start of the year. We were expecting kind of stabilization of the market in Europe. Europe in January and February has been good. The United States is stabilizing at a very high level, 17.6 million cars. So overall, the state of the business is good.
Now, we're talking about the potential of a border adjustment tax. Obviously, we're waiting on the Trump administration to come out with a policy on tax reform. But, you know, automakers are an interesting storyline within this border adjustment tax, because when you're building a car, you've got components that go into that vehicle that may cross the border 6, 7, 8 times, right?
Yeah. Maria, look, we will adjust to any rule that will come, because we have adjusted to NAFTA. NAFTA was the only rule we knew, particularly covering the United States, Mexico, and Canada. Now, it seems there's going to be a change in some of the rules. We'll adjust. We will try to influence these rules, but when that will be decided and the decision will come from the political arena, we will adjust to them. It will take some time, but we'll adjust. So no matter what is the decision, I think car makers will adjust their supply chain, they will adjust their capacity, they will adjust their flow of products in order to optimize in function of the decision.
But how do you adjust? I mean, you know, I was talking to an auto analyst the other day, and he said to me, look, Maria, the average car right now in the United States is about $30,000. I think that price goes to $40,000. I mean, I don't know if you're looking at a gain of between $2,000 or $10,000, but would automakers be poised to raise prices if they have to pay more at the border?
On the short term, yes. On the mid and the long term, no, because this is a very competitive market, and I don't think anybody can sit, you know, comfortably with a price hike. That means, obviously, if there is a surprising change that is going to impact the cost of all car makers, you may see a hike on the price. But immediately after, optimization of the system is going to lead towards a decline of the price.
What would you expect from a tax reform package and its impact on earnings?
Frankly, it's very difficult to anticipate what's going to happen. That means, you know, we have different people saying different things. There are different competing schools. That's why we try not to anticipate or guess estimate what's going to happen. We'll wait. In fact, it looks like this is going to happen during this year, so it's not a long time before we really have a clear reference from which we can work.
Yeah, I mean, people are saying that we'll get a tax reform package by August. Actually, Stephen Mnuchin told us that. And the impact is rather largely in 2018 as opposed to 2017. But I wonder what happens with an international automaker like yours as a result of a new tax at the border. Most countries have a tax at the border, I should point out.
Yeah, some countries have tax at the border. No, but you see, what we're trying is try not to anticipate, because we can be wrong. You know, nobody's moving today because you don't know exactly what's going to get out, and you don't want to try to anticipate, particularly the wrong move. So patience, attention, and obviously quick action will be necessary after the decision will be made.
Tell me about the move toward light trucks. How do you anticipate a sales mix changing at Nissan?
You know, we've been late to follow the trend. The trend today is 60% trucks, 40% passenger cars. It was a 50-50 not a very long time ago, while we are much more participating into the car market compared to the light truck market. We're catching up with a lot of introduction. I think by 60% for light truck, 40% for cars, we're not far from the maximum, you know, of light truck in the mix of cars sold in the United States.
Do people prefer, what is the audience like for them? And I know the culture's
Well, you know, it's mainly crossovers which are pushing the trucks. You know, cars like the Rogues for Nissan are selling a lot on detriment of cars like the Altima or the sedan. But, you know, I think the trend has been a lot going into one direction. I would not be surprised that there be stabilization or even a comeback.
Hey, what kind of car do you have, Carlos? What are your wheels?
How many cars? I mean, when you're CEO of a car company, one of the privilege you have is you're going to have a lot of cars, and particularly not only your own cars, but even competitive cars, because you want to check what your engineers are telling you.
So you're a car guy. You have a lot of cars.
Yeah.